Hi, all. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Maria. This is Conversations with Mother Earth. Hi. I am sitting here today because I think I want to do a collective message meditation. I obviously want to call in the divine light. I want to invite in divine light into my body, to root down into earth, to bring love and healing to all of creation. That's my step one. But then after that, I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if we got into a collective message? Just an update about what's going on energetically, where we're at in our process. Some of those things that I don't typically do. I don't typically do collective messages. Actually, I should rephrase it. Everything that I'm offering or anything that I'm sharing is for the collective. It's for anybody that is here and listening. It's for everyone and all, because ultimately what I'm doing is I'm pulling wisdom through my body, through my energetic field, anchoring it into Mother Earth, into the grids, into the web of light. And so then all of that information is available to everyone. So I am on a grand scale, I'm doing a collective message, but I never really feel like I portray it that way. I never say, okay, let's do a collective message today, or I don't title it that way, maybe is what I should say. But ultimately, everything that I gather, everything that I bring forth is for the collective. It's information to be made available to every and all. So in that way, yeah, always collective. It's very cold where I'm at, and so my body feels cold. I'm drinking some hot tea. I'm being asked to nourish my body in a completely different way. I'm being asked to really, really focus on what I'm taking in. That includes technology-wise too. I've been asked to stay off TikTok as much as I can, as best I can. Either it's not high enough or I need to go higher. One of the two of those messages, maybe both. I'm being asked to cut out anything processed. I'm being asked to nourish my body with things from the earth, with food from the earth. And that is a struggle for me because I love junk food. I've had that problem, my goodness, my whole life, right? I mean, like anyone does. So I struggle with the consistently eating healthy, natural foods. I shouldn't say healthy. I should just say natural foods. Because ultimately what I need to do is just shift my mindset, change my mind. But I'm being asked to take care of my body in a different way. The Divine Mother, even in my last meditation, my personal meditation, says you have to take care of your body because of the light that is coming through. Because of the high frequency information, you can't be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it feels like I'm going to end up sick or, like I'm going to wear my body out. So I'm trying to be more mindful. Trying to be more mindful about what I'm doing. And it feels like at this time, just personally, that we're moving into a creator phase. That you've been given your ideas. You've been given your push. The seeds have been planted, the push of what you should be doing, should be creating, like the road you should be taking. I'm pretty sure everyone has been handed that so far over the last few months. And it's time to create instead of consume. I saw that tagline somewhere on TikTok a while ago, but it feels very true for my life. And I imagine for a lot of people, like it's time to be stepping into your path, your chosen role. Take it up and do it. Take up the mantle, as the Divine Mother says. Take up the mantle and do and be. And so that's what I'm doing by getting off of TikTok, by kind of removing that distraction, which it was a big one for me, both emotionally, energetically, and physically. by removing that, I'm able to focus more on what I should be creating and using my energy and my focus to be doing instead. And that involves my new project, Calling in the Light. I just posted episode 2, day 2 of Calling in the Light on YouTube. I have not posted it on any of the other platforms because it is video focused. I could put it on Spotify, my Spotify podcast, but YouTube seems like that's where video lives, and so that's where it feels like it's most appropriate. If you're interested in checking that out, please just check out my YouTube channel, Conversations with Mother Earth. It's the same as the podcast title. And what I'm doing in this journey is I'm taking 30 days, 30 unique episodes or videos of me inviting divine light down into my body in a public place, in a park. Most likely, I'm not sure where else I'll be guided to go. But for now, it's been just parks. So I'm showing how I invite divine light down into my body and what I do with it or how I use it. It's meant to be a living example, an in-action example of what you can be doing to invite the divine into your life. And once you begin to invite the light in, you can't help but to make small little changes in your life to get you on the path that you're meant to go, to get your life like veered toward where, the microphone, veered toward where you're meant to be if you're not there at the moment. Like it just begins to make small little changes. The light does. To get you to your ultimate happiness, your ultimate gladness, your ultimate joy. All of it. The highest possible outcome for your life. That's what the light is guiding you to do at all times. And you have to invite it in. I think that's the whole purpose here. And I don't think enough people know that. You have to invite it in. You have to call it in, invite it in, and say, you're welcome here. Please experience this life through me, with me. Please let me use my body as a vessel for the light to shine through. You're affecting your life, but you're also affecting lives around you. You're affecting the earth when you call in divine light. You're bringing love, you're bringing healing, you're bringing in so many things that it needs for it to really ultimately be the best, most perfect manifestation of itself. And you're helping heal and bring love to all of humanity, all of creation. The messages that I keep getting over and over again is we are connected, all of us connected in the divine's web of light. And everything that has been created already exists. There's nothing that can be created outside of what already has been. So everything that's been created is connected via this web, the divine web of light. And so we can affect all of creation, past, present, and future, when we work with the light. And it's that easy and that simple and that basic. As I set my intention onto something, and I'm instantly connected to that thing via the pathways of light. It's just a super highway. Or I think of it sometimes as like a network of veins making up the divine itself. I mean, that's what I just thought of. It's like we are the cells. We are the organs. We are the everything inside of the divine as a being. If we can picture the divine as having a human form, okay, right, let's be metaphorical. If we can picture it that way, as having a human form, everything inside of that form is connected via what? Veins, like whatever the neural pathways are, like everything is connected inside of the body. Everything communicates with itself and one another. It all communicates internally. It's all connected. And I think they're called the veins. Like, yeah, it feels like the veins and the cells, everything is connected and of the same thing, right? All of Creator. So that's what we are. We are those things inside this Creator being that make up the Creator being. I wish I could draw it for you. I mean, if I'm not explaining it properly. Let me get my paper. So, arms, legs, arms, head. So, if this is the divine manifested in a shape, in a human body, right? This is the full divine. We are the cells. We are the pieces inside that are connected. Hold on. If the dots are the cells and the atoms and the whatever, the little pieces, right? That's all of us, everything. Then we are connected via the transmitters, via the light webs, via the veins, right? Everything is connected inside of the human body. Everything is connected in the divine creation, the divine form. I don't know the right words, you guys, so I'm sorry. Everything is connected and interconnected via the webs of light. And I really wish that I knew scientifically more of is everything connected by veins? Like the neural pathways, the branches inside of the body, whatever those are, that literally connects everything. And remember, fires off messages. One cell fires off the message to the other cell. And then to that cell, like these cells send messages to the kidneys, which sends messages to this, to that. That information system, that firing of information is being spoken through the web of light in this metaphorical scenario. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I don't think it's that hard to comprehend. I think it's actually an example of like the microcosm being whatever that phrase is. Gosh, my phrases. Being a reflection of the microcosm, the macrocosm. The small is a reflection of the big. And the big is just a breakdown of the small. I mean, ultimately, that's just a wild and crazy way to look at it, to picture it and to think of it. And I'd only had just thought of that now. That was one of my divine light bulbs that was shared. If we are literally all atoms or all cells within the larger divine body, it makes sense of how we can be part of a whole. How when you read in esoteric or theosophical, philosophical texts, religious texts, how we as humans, individuals, are a piece, carry the divine, a piece of the divine within us. How we are just of it, of creation, of creator of all. It makes sense when you think of it like this, in this example. Especially if you're a visual person, which I am. So again, that reiterates the web of light and how we communicate on the web of light, because we are all connected. We are all inside of the creator structure. We are all living, like if this is creator, we make up everything inside of it. And everything inside of it, it's a closed system. Everything inside of it exists at the same time. And so we're able to speak to all of it all the time in an instant. So far, that's a main gist of my Calling in the Light project, speaking through the light. But it's important to know how to do it in the first place. It's important to know how to invite the light into your body. But again, it is so simple, the most basic process. And so long I felt like I had to use the Akashic records, because that's what I've been trained in, reading the Akashic records. You had to open the records to then be able to do this work. But no, the Akasha is it's all around us. It's the information around us. But you don't have to specifically access or open the Akashic records in order to be able to speak through the light. It's separate, but also the same. Like we're working with creation. We're working with all of it. But they're still separate things. So what I'm doing is a separate thing than just working in the Akashic records. In fact, a lot of what I'm doing is connecting to the divine, the angelic realm through my heartstring. Through the high frequency angelic realm, ascended masters. That's a different place, it feels like, energetically. I can ask questions about that hopefully at some point, and they can actually give clarity about the Akashic records versus what I'm doing. Yeah, I should do that. Actually, I'd really love to know what they have to say. But that's ultimately a recap of what I'm doing in my project. 30 days of going someplace, inviting the light down into my body, hearing what the Divine Mother has to say, conversing with the trees, conversing with the nature around me, the water, whatever is available to us, to show that we are all connected. We're all conscious beings. We're all part of Creator's web. We're a piece of the bigger picture. Like that, the aspect of being able to communicate with all of creation does exist, is what we're trying to show and do. So it's very cool. It's also very, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it's a new thing for me. So it's a little unsettling in its newness. It's, takes me getting over myself and my nerves to show up and do it. But there's no way I'm saying no. There's no way I'm saying no. The guidance, the love, the light, it's too strong. It's too beautiful. It's too incredible not to share. So I guess I'll get over it. My nerves. So that all being said, that's been a big part of my past few weeks, getting that together, getting that going. That's a priority. Making TikToks and videos about the meditations I receive, or the information meditations I receive, that's supposed to be more on the back burner. Like I said, I'm not supposed to be sharing as much there. But in the meantime, I'm also trying to focus on posting on my podcast and sharing those personal meditations. Maybe I have just on my own, via audio, sharing those, and then trying to get on here and post as well. So we're trying our best. But the information coming through is incredible. And it's just expanding. It's expansive and it's amazing. And I want to share all of it with everybody at all times. Like, that's how much it's just blows my mind. So since the baby's sleeping behind me, I don't know if you could see her. I have a few minutes, since I just jabbered for a while. I have a few minutes where I'd like to call in the light and see if there's a message for us today. So I'm going to breathe divine white light down through my head, down my face, my chest, and my belly, down my feet, out the soles of my feet, and down into Mother Earth. And it feels like the energy is much easier to connect with today. Yesterday, it was just tight. It was tough. And then I'm going to breathe Mother Earth energy back up through my legs, up my back, out the top of my head, and up into the divine center. And breathe it down into my heart just to let it expand and open more. Again, another step that I've added. Breathe white light into your belly. And as it hits your stomach, send it up to the divine and down towards Mother Earth. So you're activating your pillar. Your angelic pillar is what I've been calling it. And then I just like to say, I spread my energetic wings. They open behind me, so I just take up more space. And then from there, I'm going to turn on my heartstring, this golden thread that connects my heart to the divine. That's on. And I'm going to say, Divine Mother, Divine Mother, Divine Mother, Creator of all, Sophia. Angels, Ascended Masters, our teachers that are here for us at this time. Creator of all. What would you like to share with us today? It feels like just initially like there's this excitement and this joy that we're in communication at all. That we're all in communication. It's kind of like this cheering of like, yay, we got to this point. We made it to this point. Yay. Like cheering and high fives and just kind of excitement that we've made it. Made the connections. And are ultimately living on the same, feels like the same realm or the same field. They said, and you'll notice now that you can communicate with us whenever. Like you don't have to do the grounding. Let me take a sip of this. You'll notice us at all times, which I definitely have been, so that's nice. You can feel us kind of like in your upper chest and around that area, in your heart, in your high heart again, is where you feel it. And it's funny because it literally feels like the teachers that are available to me at this time, almost like they're in residence. Like they all feel like that they're just sitting in a chair, kind of lined up, sitting in their chair. Making themselves energetically available to me is what I heard. And I asked, well, I utilize all of you. And it felt like the answer was at unique points at different times. But we all have a perspective that is usable to you. We all have a way of sharing information that's relatable to the average human being, humans. It's kind of like they act as not necessarily interference, but as like an interpreter sometimes. So it's like a standing team of translators or interpreters. The divine light comes through them and then is able to be shared from them to me. And then I said, do I converse with the divine directly? Does that happen too? And it feels like it has to come through a filter of some sorts. It has to move through almost like a voice, a frequency auditor, like a sound machine. It has to just be reconfigured in a way for it to be usable to you, for the message to be heard or understood. So yes, you do speak. You can speak to the divine directly. But the answer comes down filtered to you. Or else it would be no use to it. It wouldn't be usable. It wouldn't be understood. But remember, we all filter the divine through us. Just as how you filter the divine through you. So when you speak, you're speaking our words, it comes through us. It comes from the divine through us, through you to others. And almost like it's each step it takes, it adds like a layer of filtration almost that allows for the sound to be caught or the pitch to be right. But you do bring the divine message through you, just like we brought it through us. And yeah, creation communicates through sound. So angels, I'm seeing the angels communicate. Excuse me. Almost like they have a higher octave, like a higher tinkling. Tinkling. Theirs is like, like if you think of Tinkerbell, like how her sound was. That's what it feels like. Angelic sound sounds like. Those high frequency, like bells. So yeah, it has to go through a process of being able to reach us and our human ears. But you feel it in your heart. You can feel the message in your heart. The frequency you feel inside of your body. And you can tell or know if it resonates true or right. So while we use your vocal cords, we also use your body, the sound chambers. And they said, and think of like, yeah, when you hear, not a sound machine, but like sound chambers or the chanting or sound baths. You're resetting your body. And you can use it for healing. You can reset your interior self with sound to heal and rebalance different aspects of your body. Almost like if you focus certain frequency at one area, it'll help balance and heal that aspect. Like they're showing me in my left leg, say in my knee or something. You can send certain frequency sound to that area, and it almost like it helps like dislodge things that are blocked, like cells that are packed on top of each other. It helps like kind of like break them up, so that they start functioning efficiently at how they should. Like even in your womb, you can do this. I mean, your whole body, you can do this. It's like a huge reset. Sound is a mechanism for healing. And it feels like the scientists are beginning to understand that. But you'll see this more and more in your human history. In fact, it feels like what you can do is you can pull that information from future versions of yourselves, from future human history. You can pull that through your heart or through your frequency chambers. How would I advise someone to do this if they wanted to pull that information through them? I'm shown like sit quietly in stillness. And it's almost like you breathe, use your breath. To bring in future healing treatments, future healing wisdom. And it's like you magnetize it to yourself, but I also feel like it comes from my back too. Like I'm breathing it from back here, it feels like through my body and through my heart. Yeah, it feels like it comes from my back mostly. And then what else would I advise someone to do after I'm breathing it through me? You purposely breathe it through, and I'm still feeling from my back. I breathe it through my body. You kind of let it swim inside your body, swim inside your cells. The information almost feels like it's, swimming inside of us. And then almost like, it's like a very soft feeling of like, it moves through your heart. It moves through your heart and is made available. Okay, so if that's something that you wish to do, to connect with that wisdom, you breathe it through yourself. You let it transition and alchemize and kind of sink in. And then from you utilize that information, or you utilize it. It's not like it doesn't feel like it's a projecting it forward to be made available to the field. It's almost like you do something with it. It lives inside of you. It molds, it changes, it works with your body. And then it's your responsibility to create with it, if you so choose. It comes through you. At first I was thinking maybe we had to project it onto the web of light to make it available for others, but no, it's meant for you to do something with it then, through you, through your heart. So I want to ask, since we were talking about sound, is there something in particular that should be breathing or pulling through me right now to be able to use for my heart? Mine feels like wisdom from nature. Conversing with creation, with animals, actually. I'm seeing a bear. The mother, conversing with the mother. And then it feels like it kind of gets worked around in my chest and my heart, and then I'm supposed to do something with that information. What else? Can you tell me more about what the bear represents? I heard wisdom from the water. Wisdom from the water, from the elements, from the creatures. What else? What else does the bear represent? Wisdom from the rain, from the skies, from the wind. Like the forces of earth herself. From the grass, from the forests, from the trees. And it feels like also from the beings that live in those places. Now I'm seeing a mountain dragon, like fairies. The little gnomes are little, the beings that live at the base of the trees I've spoken to before. Wisdom from all of these aspects of Mother Earth is what I'm meant to pull through, or pull through my heart and utilize and share in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, if I were to offer this information to someone else, they say what you should do is you should sit calmly and quietly in stillness and ask for the wisdom or the information that wants to come through you to be shown, to be made available to you, to your heart. And then you breathe it into your body. Again, it still feels like it's coming from my back. And when I mean back, I mean like pretend like there's a lit up space behind my body. A lit up book, a book of light behind my body. That's where I breathe it from the book of light through my back and into my body. And I asked why from my back, and it feels like it has something to do like with your spinal cord. Wisdom stored in your body, and wisdom stored. It has to do with DNA, but also like that's where wisdom's stored. It feels like, yeah, from your spine. All right, I have a baby waking up. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me today before we leave? No, pass on the message. Tell them to share what they learned, share their information, share their wisdom. What they're being called, what everyone is being called to share it. It's a time for individualization and specialization. This is not a time to go with the pack, but to stand in your uniqueness. And whatever you breathe through you, share in the way that you're meant to, what feels best for your heart. Everyone's going to be different. But it's time to listen to that innate wisdom source. And we'll offer what you have, make it available to the population. The wisdom is there to heal everything, heal everyone, to communicate with everything, to create like inventions that to many will be shocking, but so innovative and helpful. It also has to do with like food production, food availability, growing food. Like this is how we get over the hump. This is how we make it into the next phase of human civilization. By using the information that wants to come through you. It's time for people to feel brave enough or be brave enough to let the light shine in their heart and use their unique voice. The individualization period is coming in order to make a stronger unit, in order for us to be stronger together. I hear somebody. Do you hear somebody? All right, thank you, Ascended Masters, my teachers, my angels. Thank you, Divine Mother, Creator of all. Mama. I hope we all can use these tools to move forward together in the light. I love this. This was so fun. Thanks for being here today, and I'll see you next time.